Hello and welcome to the Crafty Dragonfly podcast. My name is Stephanie and I live in the UK. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me today. And a big hello to any new subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. If you are not already subscribed and you're watching this video, I hope that you stick around, and if it's something that you enjoy and you want to come back to, then please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything at all. It just helps my ratings on YouTube, that's all. So first things first, have you had any snow? We've had a lot of snow here. We live in the north of England near the Pennines, and as you'll have seen from some of the photos in the beginning, in the introduction, we had quite a heavy snowfall and we managed to get out for a couple of nice long walks up on the moors, so that was really nice. And it's just all disappeared now. We've been for a walk this morning and again up over the moors, and it's completely disappeared. It's like it's never been there. So, but it was nice at the time. It was nice to see it. So I hope you're all doing okay and you're managing to stay safe and work on lots of nice crafty things. So my first finished make is another amigurumi. This is Lottie the Ladybug, designed by Little Aqua Girl on Instagram. So I'll let you have a close up. Erina's patterns are really easy to follow, and it didn't take that long to do. I worked on it over a few days, and the main thing with making an ami is the sewing on of the body parts. And I'm sure if anybody's watching that makes amigurumi or has tried making it in the past will agree that it just takes lots of practice, but you get there in the end with it, I think. Anyway, I've enjoyed making it, as I did with the other ones I've made. And she does have goggles. Let me have a look. You can see on the front of the book, she's in the middle. And she does have goggles, but I've not made those. I'm quite happy with how she looks now. So I've put little mother of pearl buttons on her wings at the back. I've made little tiny pom-poms, and I quite like her actually. The good thing about, or the nice thing about making an ami is you can give it personality. So for instance, this one, Lottie, she's called Lottie. That's the Erina Lee, the designer. That's what she's called this one, Lottie the Ladybug. But as you can see, her antennae, this one's leaning slightly. But I quite like that because it just gives her a little bit of personality. So if I was thinking about a little story to go with her, I would say that because she is very new at flying, and she's just got her wings, and she's slightly new at things, and she's bent her antennae a little bit. So I've made her a little landing mat, and that's where she sits. So I think that's quite cute. I've also gone back to making granny squares. Now these two are obviously gigantic, but what I wanted to do is, I was using up some scraps. I've used Sheepy's Stone Washed XL for this. So as you can see, the border changes colour somewhere. there. So I've run out of this colour, and I've carried on with a different colour. But I quite like that about granny squares, because you can use up lots of different scraps. And what I am going to do, because they're completely different colours, as you can see, so what I'm going to do is make a cushion cover, and I've got quite a large button collection, and I've got some lovely buttons that I'd like to use, and they would be quite easy to put on because you can just sew them on, and then you've already got the gaps to use for the buttons. So I'm going to do that. So that's a nice easy project to do. And if you know how to crochet, you tend to start with a granny square when you're practicing. So I've just got on with it and made it into a nice cushion cover, which is nice. So that's what I've been up to on the crochet front. So my next segment is on my new segment is for embroidery. Now, besides crochet, I do love embroidery and I love to stitch. If you follow me on Instagram, there's quite a few posts that I've put up over the years to do with embroidery. So I really do like stitching, and I have quite a few kits that I have still yet to work on. And I posted a video the other week. It was called Mini Craft Room Tour. I'll put it up here somewhere on the screen. And it was just to show you this new IKEA storage unit that my hubby put up over Christmas, and also my threads collection and what embroidery kits I've got. And what I might do is I might do a part 2 to that, and because it seems to be that people are liking watching that. So because I just pointed at these, I didn't actually show you inside any of them. So I'm thinking about doing that. I might have a go. So we'll see. So this embroidery is it's from 2019, and it was a Caroline Zoob Stitchery subscription for the year, which I subscribed to for the year of 2019. So, and this was the last kit that she did, which is called the First Skate. So Caroline's kits are lovely. They're very well, she includes lots of detail for the pattern, and a line drawing of showing you what to stitch where and what colours to use. So I've started that. I haven't got too far with it. I'll just show you. I'll probably show you in the hoop actually. I've done some of the trees, as you can see. I've stitched some of the trees, and I have started the lodge, the wall of the lodge here, and it's worked in a single thread, so it takes quite a long time to stitch, but I like that. It's very mindful and calming when you stitch. I like it. That's why I like it as much as crochet, really. So there's still a fair amount to do on it. So I've still got the tree, I've got the walls of the lodge to do, and obviously the little girl that's skating, and some snow to put in. But I am enjoying it, and the dark bits here on the linen is paint. Now, I've never painted on linen before. I've always shied away from it and thought, oh gosh, I just can't paint on it because the paint will spread or I'll do something wrong. But when I actually started to paint on it. I used watercolours for my linen and Arteza, that's how you pronounce it, Arteza watercolours. They're really nice actually, and I'm certainly not an artist at all, but I found it really easy to mix them and just to put a little bit of dark grey onto the wall here, and then you stitch across on it in the same colour as the lodge. So I'm enjoying it. It's a really nice embroidery to do, and there's not too much detail on it, but enough. There's a good few hours work in that, so I'm really pleased so far with how it's going. I don't know whether anybody else watching has stitched any of Caroline's kits in the past. If you have, let me know. And I also, I think I've shown you before on previous podcasts that I have stitched some of Nikki Franklin's kits. I think I showed you the beehive, or certainly on my Instagram feed I've put up posts before of what I've stitched of Nikki's. And so what I've done for this year, for 2021, I've treated myself to to Nikki's subscription, and it starts this month. She sends out a kit every month, and I am really looking forward to it because I really do want to get back into my stitching for this year. So let me know if if you like embroidery or cross stitch or anything like that. So I can't wait to share that with you when the first kit comes and what it's all about. So I think she has mentioned that there's going to be some applique and some painting on linen, and obviously embroidery. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be great. So another one of Caroline's embroideries that I finished is Bringing Home the Tree, I think it was called. I'm not sure whether she still sells this kit, but it's a bit creased, so you'll have to excuse it. But that's the picture of it, of a little girl dragging a tree home on a sledge, and it needs a good press and putting in a frame. So I'm going to get that done as well. I really enjoyed actually doing that. The tree, I don't know if you can see it there, and the little girl, whoops. And as I say, that's using a single thread. So, but you build it up and then it gives that 3D look and makes it look quite real actually. I'm quite proud of that. And then obviously you have lots of nice French knots that mimics the snow. So it just needs, as I say, a good press and framing. And I might actually, when I'm doing it, I might put a video up of how I prepare it and frame it. So let me know if that's something that you'll be interested in me showing you. So for my last segment, thank you if you've made it this far. I for it was my birthday last week and I got lots of nice presents, and some of which were some books. Have you been watching A Discovery of Witches on, I think it's on Sky? We watch it on Now TV. I watched the first season and thoroughly enjoyed it. So I have started to watch season 2. I made my hubby watch the whole of season 1 so that he knew what season 2 was about, and so that I could refresh my memory with season 1, and I enjoyed it just as much the second time around. So I asked for the books, quite thick as well. Look at the size of them. But there's 3 that are all together. There's a Discovery of Witches, so obviously that's the one I'm reading now. Oops, Discovery of Witches. And then the Book of Life and Shadow of Night. Oh, it must be this one next. Yeah, Shadow of Night. It does say it at the top. So A Discovery of Witches says All Souls trilogy begins at the top, and then Shadow of Night says trilogy continues, and then the third one says it concludes. So the Book of Life is the third one. I've heard lots of great things about these books, so I'm very excited to read them. So as I am reading through them, I'll share with you what I think of the books. So, but definitely check out the season 2. Season 1, if you've not watched it at all, I highly recommend it. It is really, really good. Now, I'm not sure whether I showed you this. I might have skipped over it in the last podcast, but I got this for Christmas, and it's a diary for this year, and it's from Papier. And whilst they are a bit more expensive than ordinary diaries that you can get from the local supermarket, which is nothing wrong with them, obviously, I just wanted a little treat. So I think this is Fairy Tale. I'll pop it in the website. I'll pop it in on the screen, probably on this side, to show you. They have lots and lots of choice. It's really nice, and you can personalize it. So it's got my name on the front, and it's really lovely. And it's a week to 2 pages like that. I am determined this year to start using a diary. I love stationery. I might have shown you in one of the videos the Paper Gang, when I got that little notebook. So I just, anything stationery I absolutely love. So I'm determined I'm going to use it. It is just a diary. It's not a planner as such. I don't think there's anything in it. There's just the usual notes at the back that you can put in. But I fell for the actual aesthetics of the diary. It's just beautiful. It's got everything I love: flowers, dragonflies, butterflies. It's beautiful. I think, as I say, I think it's called Fairy Tale. I'm not sure, but it's really, really lovely, and the quality of it is amazing. The paper, the feel of the paper. This is the Stationery Geek coming out now, but I really do like it. So I'm so glad about that. So hopefully next time I put a video up, I'll have my new subscription from Nikki Franklin, and I'll leave the details. I'll leave the link to her website in the description below. And I'm quite excited to see what the first one is. I adore her blog. She's written a blog for quite a few years now, and I just love it. Everything about her blog is beautiful. From the typeface to the photographs, it's just lovely, and she's very inspiring. So if you haven't yet come across her, check her out on Instagram or have a look at her blog. It's really lovely. And I think that's it for today. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to put this in. We'll see. It's a bit of a life update, and I have, after 10 years, I have lost my job as a secretary. I worked from home and for two consultants, and unfortunately, due to what's going on at the moment, they have let me go, so to speak. So I decided that I wouldn't have an opportunity like this again, which is why I started a YouTube channel and why I am starting a teaching course on Udemy. It's an online learning platform. It's like Skillshare, if you've heard of that. Udemy, I think, is equally as a big organisation and for teaching online. So what I've done is I've filmed and written a teaching course for making a beginner friendly blanket, and I am going to give it my best shot and see where it takes me. I'm already writing another course, so with YouTube and with Instagram and all across the platforms, I'm hoping that I can gain enough students to just give it a go. Udemy puts sales on all the time, and it's a good thing for me, really, to push myself outside my comfort zone a little bit. Um, just being able to develop my skills as an instructor and hope that that comes across on video. So as I say, that's what I was busy doing over Christmas, and that's why it's taken a while to put another video up for everyone. I'm just going to give it a go. I've probably put it in somewhere on the screen whilst I've been talking, the picture of the blanket that I've made. So if you're interested at all, or if you know of anybody that wants to start crocheting, maybe you're a knitter yourself and you want to give crochet a go, then it's something that I think you can achieve quite easily, is to make that blanket, and it's come out really well. So I'll leave a link in the description bar below, and if you fancy having a look, go and check it out. So if you've made it this far, thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you've managed to get some relaxation time in whilst you've been watching, and you've managed to get some crochet done, or knitting, or stitching, and that you've enjoyed the new segment, the new embroidery segment. There wasn't that much to talk about today, but I'm sure it will get filled up very quickly for next time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.